Hello, everyone. Welcome to the daily political terror readings here on the Black and Orange channel. Sarah is joining us today. Yay!
Hello.
And we were just discussing earlier that I am extra. I have accepted this. And Sarah was far too quick to agree.
I mean,
which I think is hysterical. She's like, yes. Oh, well. 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America at feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country, and that is an ongoing thing. We have epic troll slayers who keep us safe. Thank you. And if you're watching this on replay and you haven't gone running for the hills yet, it's early. The questions are all in the description box. You can go down. We timestamp them as I go, and you can pick and choose what you're interested in. So,
yes.
Boy, my normal overlays are going to seem pretty boring after the pretty tame after all this, but here we go.
Yeah. As I said earlier, I surround myself with extra people. It makes me feel good. So.
All right.
And my kids think this whole thing is hysterical. So.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Good. All right. I think hello everybody. Today's episode is brought to you by Flamingo Vision, Rob D.
and blind people who are leaning forward to the screen to squint.
Yes.
To see what's up. Okay.
All right. Well, let's jump into the nonsense then.
Yes.
This is quite the third eye.
Ooh, I did not think about that.
Because you're sane.
We have a bit of extra stuff for you.
Oh, wait.
Yes. Hold, please.
Oh my goodness. Yes. Do we have I didn't pull up the link.
You're
oh
good.
My goodness.
So I'll be getting the question read and whatnot. At 2 minutes and 40 seconds, Michael Rainey asks, Liz Cheney will face a primary challenge in Wyoming on August 16th. Will she lose her seat? Now, here in a moment, Autumn will read on this, but I'm going to safely say no.
Gonna go out on that limb, huh?
I'm gonna throw now. I could be wrong because it's a Republican primary, and I have since learned that never after Trump there's no sanity is in the eye of the beholder. It's like beauty these days. So, yeah, let's take a look at Liz's opposition, if you will, from the last debate.
And this is a compilation. It's just 2 minutes. Well, it's a highlight reel, 2 minutes. And if you haven't seen this, you want to see this. All right. Mm-hmm. So, and yes, I like that, Judy. Under the sea. Yes, that's okay. Share screen. Oh, I think you're going to like this. Ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. 2 minutes. This is the
Wyoming's
Republican primary debate.
Yes.
Tonight. All right, hang on. One little thing. Okay, here we go.
A lightning round.
January 6th
was a setup from the beginning. We cannot have actual, anyway.
What we saw happen on January 6th was clearly an attempt to delay the count of the electoral votes.
Coronavirus vaccine policy.
They knew Fauci had awards for his work in cytokines
Mr. Fauci is one of the most corrupt individuals in Washington, D.C.
We are to oppose any vaccines.
Everybody ought to get vaccinated, and we need to do everything we can to protect ourselves from future viruses.
Wyoming residents' faith in the election process.
I understand when I talked to Mike Lindell, he did say that there was a small portion of voter fraud in the state, but that is alarming.
What about Facebook using the system to steer people? We know for a fact all the major internets do that.
The 2000 Mules movie is something that I think we have great concern about.
Voting machines that, are suspected fraud.
There are politicians in this country, beginning with Donald Trump, who have lied to the American people. He consistently has said that the election was stolen when it wasn't.
Ukraine is corrupt. We started it. We got involved. We pushed them into being against the Russian government.
Money laundering. I think that's the biggest ticket for Ukraine's and the Biden administration.
It's the front line in the battle for freedom. And I think we've got to elect serious leaders.
Yeah, we definitely need to elect serious leaders.
I'm not saying that when it comes to her and the Democrat that she's going to go up against, that I want her to win.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying is that unless in Wyoming they have really just fallen off of the cliff, among the Republican primary, she's pretty safe, I would assume.
I would assume. I mean, what she was saying there was common sense, so it may not work.
It was actually common sense that, God help me, I agreed with because it came out of her mouth. But
right,
yeah.
But
what did the card say?
Cheney it's August 18th, 23rd, 16th.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Liz Cheney.
Mm-hmm.
I just had this strange feeling. It's like, of course, people have read on her, but I got this feeling like her spirit's like tarot cards. People are reading on me. That's a first. Not a first, but it's like this was not on my bingo card. Yeah, anyway. Well, she is the kind of, she's co-chair of the January 6th committee, and she is bringing the sword of truth. Thank you very much. Yes?
No, I was going to say, Thread of Hope says, I'm afraid to ask or Google 2000 Mules. Google how Sparks 2000 Mules.
Yes.
And watch it that way.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Because I might have to show you like a minute of it from a particular point so you get a sense of what you're dealing with. So, but anyway, for Liz, she's the one. Okay, so she's on the committee, which is actually not going to be good for her in Wyoming because amongst the nuts in Wyoming, she's standing up for what's right. But we've got all this far right communication, and we've got far right bludgeon. She may still be okay, but it's not going to be easy.
Right.
Which makes no sense. I wonder what her poll. I haven't looked at her polling.
CM, don't get us wrong. We're not hoping Liz wins.
No. And the crazier the person who gets through, the easier it's going to be for the Democrat to win.
I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure as far as the Republicans go, she's got it on lock. I don't see them. Then again, Republicans these days, you never know.
We are hoping. All we were looking for. We don't want her to win, but what we are looking for is something to restore our faith in humanity.
I don't want the next person to have Mike Lindell on speed dial.
Or have Trump on speed dial. Sorry. I'm getting far right messages. Even if they're beaten up by it, even if they're burdened by it. I've got a queen of the far right.
Well, maybe it'd be between Queen of the Far Right. It would be between Miss Mike Lindell and 2,000 Mules. So,
and that doesn't necessarily mean it's a woman, but that's the group of the far right. Let me see. Is there any more information? Liz Cheney, how are you going to do in your primary? Somebody do tell. Somebody tell me what the polling's looking like, because
looking, it's apparently the Trump-backed candidate is ahead, but the Trump endorsements. I've had to look at these.
This is the cult. Moon,
Goodness.
10 of Swords, 4 of Pentacles. These cards are not good for her. So I guess it'll be easier for the Democrat to win, because none of these cards are good for her.
That's fun. Okay, Wyoming.
Greta, Sarah's looking
Hey,
up.
woman, that is missed 2,000 Mules. That is the Trump endorsed candidate.
So the brunette,
Yes,
as opposed to the sandy-haired woman who couldn't remember any of her talking points.
yes, as opposed to Miss Mike Lindell. Yes.
Okay. Well, she looked mean. That was my first impression of her. So
There you go. You go. Fun times.
I'm not liking this as far as restoring my faith in humanity, but she said as she put her flamingo glasses back on, this isn't really restoring my faith in humanity, but it will make it easier for the Democrat to win. The only thing is I can say in my defense here is my silliness is on purpose. Anyway.
Okay. All right. Next at 12:45. Eileen asks, DeSantis pushed through legislation he dubbed Stop Woke Act that regulates what schools, including universities, can teach about race and identity. The University of Central Florida is fighting it. Who will win?
So what is DeSantis pushing?
The Stop Woke Act that regulates what schools, including universities, can teach about race and identity. So that means, like, I mean, are they going to be does that mean that public schools in Florida, universities can no longer teach
Reality
African-American studies or women's studies or
reality studies?
Yeah. That's
oh. All right. We're talking about Florida, right?
Yeah.
In Florida?
Florida.
DeSantis?
Florida. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. The Republican dynasty, he so wants to be president and emperor and
Yeah.
okay. This is the university's trying to fight back. You've got to be kidding. This was a great big, you've got to be kidding me.
Mm-hmm.
Then I've got the world, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Death card.
Mm-hmm.
So an end to the way things have been, but also more of a focus on women. And a shift, a change, a skid. It's going to hurt Florida. There are going to be fewer out-of-state students who want to go to Florida.
Mm-hmm.
This is not good. But it is going to get more people out voting, more women out voting.
Yeah. Linda Sue, it started out as AAVE, which is African American Vernacular English, but it's more been adopted by Gen Z and whatnot as just someone who is with it for equality and
Has
whatnot.
woken up from the patriarchal, white patriarchal.
Yeah. But it did start off as AAVE. You're correct. Okay. Next, at 15:50, Eileen has another question. According to CNN, a group of Texas educators proposed using the term involuntary relocation rather than slavery when teaching second graders. The Texas State Board of Education gave unanimous consent. I am shocked. What next?
You know, the ancient Greeks had slaves.
Mm-hmm.
So why is that? How is that involuntary relocation? You know, there are places all around the world in our history where humans have sadly had slaves.
Mm-hmm.
There's no involuntary relocation. That's bullpucky.
You know, the Trail of Tears was involuntary relocation. This is slavery. Those are entirely two different things. Okay. The Trail of Tears was more than just involuntary relocation. That was an overly simplistic.
But that's
term.
closer. That's closer.
But what I'm saying is, if you had to and when you took a group of people over here and moved them over here away from, involuntarily, that's in our history. That's closer to involuntary relocation than slavery.
They're both heinous, but I don't think they're going to treat. I don't think they're going to. The sense that we're getting, the reason we are both upset by this is the whitewashing of the cruelty in all those things. So limit. And you think there should be some balance, some sense, but no, fruits of labor. The school boards and all of that, they've got their power, they've got their white focus. But this far right nonsense is nonsense, and it's not going to stand long term. This stuff isn't going to stand long term. Short term, unfortunately. But people wonder why I do silly stuff and colors and overlays and all of this to try to keep the energy up here. Because we are dealing with the muckiest muck grossness.
Yeah.
Infuriating.
Yeah. Hilda, we're full up for questions today. Bring that tomorrow because that's a good question. But to summarize, that I could see them trying at some point if it keeps going the way that it's going. But okay, so next at 1910, Beth asks, with QAnon back making posts and calling out Cassidy Hutchinson, will it cause her more harm?
I hope her parents are proud of her.
I hope so, but I wonder. Because she had to have been, you remember, she also worked with Cruz and Steve Scalise and whatnot, and her parents were obviously okay with that. So it makes you wonder sort of what kind of backing she grew up in. But I hope that they're proud that she was able to stand her ground.
Okay, we are reading on
QAnon and making posts about Cassidy Hutchinson and will it cause her more harm?
talking. Yes, Gretchen, we're proud of her as Americans.
Yes.
Yeah. Hello, dear. You doing okay? Hi. Move along. Not right now, dear. She's going into she's going to go on a long vacation. She's going to I don't know how, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's some people donating some money to her so that she can
stay safe.
Yeah, go somewhere for a while. But yeah, the far right coming, starting in on her, yes. But we're going to be pleased because she brought the truth. There's the evidence that's laid out. So she's going to kind of hermit secret, step aside. She's fine. I'm not getting something horrible happening to her. I'm getting her just exit stage left. Did her thing. Now it's just they wanted her to come on because they didn't. She was getting threats. And they didn't want it to go 2 or 3 weeks where she's just getting more and more threats, and that's just ramping up. Now, the thing is, though, now that she's done that, it's going to be a couple of weeks until there are any more hearings to take the focus off of her. But
Karen said that the Texas School Board of Education actually said no to the committee that made that recommendation. Okay, well, if that is the case, then thank God for some sanity in Texas.
I missed something.
Oh no, Karen posted. We were talking about the involuntary relocation. Karen said that she had heard that the Texas State Board of Education has actually decided to go against that, to turn against that. So that's good. Okay, good.
Okay, guys. I understand that it can be really annoying that Americans say we are the greatest country from what's going on in the chat. I understand the ugly American setting ourselves, we're the greatest. And I understand that there are real problems in America, and I'm aware of that. But you know what? I'm patriotic. I believe we have great days ahead. I believe that we have ideals. The idea of us being a melting pot, I think we're moving closer to that. I think we are moving closer to more equality. This is cleaning. This is Pluto at the end of Capricorn, dredging up the real muck of, because Capricorn is all about inequality. It just is. I'm sorry. It's about the status, and you have to have status. The whole point of having status is that other people don't.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying, okay, and I'm starting to second guess myself because I'm there are some people who assume anytime I say anything negative about an astrology sign or a generation or whatever, they get upset and think, oh, she's talking about me. I'm tired of her bashing me. I'm not bashing you.
Free to spit, honey. You're good. Nobody's saying you personally. You're good, sweetheart.
So I just want to throw that out there, that this is the dregs at the end of Capricorn, and who's got the power, and the power that leads to the power of status by inequality.
Yeah.
And that's, in a sense, that's why we're hearing that, and the fact that we've just gone through Jupiter being opposite Jupiter where it was where it is in the U.S. chart, which it was during the U.S. Civil War. Mm-hmm. It's bringing up this idea of we are, not only do we think women can't be equal because that means they're going to be above us. You
Right.
really, do you need to, do I need to explain to you the definition of equal? Really?
Here, not here. Not here.
Yeah, equal. But people of different races can be equal. Everybody can start on as a level of playing field as possible. Obviously, some people are born into more fortuitous situations, but on the whole,
Mhm.
And as far as America goes, it's kind of hard. On the one hand, it's like, really, you're going to rest on your laurels from 250 years ago? But it really was shocking. It really was revolutionary, literally and figuratively.
Mm-hmm.
So, us being the greatest country,
I think we have the potential to live up to those ideals. And
yes.
I think that we're going back in that direction soon.
Yes.
Are we there right now? No, but
Right.
we can be. We've been before. We just need to get our heads sort of readjusted.
But Pluto's at the end of Capricorn, and next year Pluto goes into Aquarius. Then it's going to retrograde back into Capricorn. It's going to back up a little, going, okay, did I miss anything? And we're just like, you just move on, please. So, but anyway,
Yes.
all right.
So we're gonna get there. Oh, and well, not so much. We're gonna be the greatest that we can be.
Yes. Well, yes, and I don't know. I'm not going to be like, oh, okay, bash the US.
Oh, no.
No. And there's some of that comes up in the chat sometimes, and I'm just like, I know.
Yeah.
I go into this muck every day, and I get my voice out there, and I'm very proud of my nationality and what have you. So anyway, I'll hush now. What was the next question?
You're good. Okay, at 20, actually, we'll say at 28 even. All right, Harold McGuire asks, will the identity of Q be revealed publicly? Now, there was some speculation, I think it was last year, that one of the people running in Arizona might be Q, but it hasn't been proven. It's like between him and two other guys, if I remember correctly. But will we definitively know who Q is?
I'm getting we won't need to. There's somebody who's making money off of this. Surprise.
Mm-hmm.
Shock. But three of cups, Queen of Swords, five of wands. We're going to be moving along with more information and dealing with the insurrection and everything related to that. Real investigations, law enforcement, and the far right are going to be, when in danger or in doubt, run in circles, scream and shout. And it just feels like we're not going to need to. And to say definitively, oh, it's this person. Somebody might start giving that person more credit than they deserve.
That's okay.
And I think Thread of Hope has a point. I think there have been different phases of the Q mouthpieces over time, and there's something to that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, at 29:45, we are blowing through it today. Eileen asks, will Harris step up and become more visibly politically active?
I mean, we see her now and then, but more so, it's not feeling like it too much right now. Democrats are going to be happier with the situation going forward. I'll take it. I'll take it. The thief card, women being denied, rights denied. It's going to start affecting. What I'm getting here isn't necessarily even her, I don't think. But what I'm getting is women being hemmed in. Losing jobs, not being able to keep their careers.
That's not good.
Backsliding as far as, well, the woman needs to stay home and take care of the baby. Yuck. As you say, yuckadoo? Isn't that what you say?
Yuckadoo. Yeah, yuckadoo.
That's definitely what I've got here. And because of this, in this picture, you have potentially a man and a woman. Don't know. But they're equal. Same height. Same, this is a focus on women and what's being taken away from women. If she needs to stand up for women, the more she does that, the better off she's going to be. But let me see if I can get anything else. Knight of Swords. She needs to be in front of fighting for women's rights. Do you guys remember in World War II where the king and the queen refused to leave London? And the queen said, I couldn't look myself in the face if the people were being bombed and I was just going off to save myself. There needs to be a lot of that. A lot of right there on the front line. Same thing. These are the exact same message. Theft, lovers, activist, far right men. It's the same thing. That's all I'm getting here. It's either that's what she should do, that's what she will do, or it's not even going to matter because this is going to be the focus. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah, I mean, her not being as public as her predecessors is not doing her any favors politically.
No.
I mean, and not just politically, but whatever her agendas are not being, not where we can see anyway, not being served. So something's got to give somewhere. Okay. Hang on one second. I'm going to rearrange something really quickly.
Oh no. Cool. Okay. We are diving into January 6th and Trump energy. Sorry about that. At 34:40. Mel Broussard asks, does Trump have an involuntary relocation to a federal penitentiary coming in 2024? Y'all, I can't tell you how I cackled when I read that. Good job, Mel. That is awesome. You get a gold star, dear. Yes, that is awesome.
Mel is Mel, or if Mel is Melanie, I don't care. Mel, you are fabulous. You are amazing. Bravo.
Does Trump have an involuntary relocation to a federal penitentiary coming in 2023?
Yes.
I do get house arrest, but let's see. Oh, Tish James is beside herself because she's trying to get information from the appraisal company for Trump org, Griftco, as I call them, and they've blown through their deadline, but there's a statute of limitations that's coming. So she's gone to the judge and said, "Do something." So that should. Tish James, because of the statute of limitations, will probably move sooner rather than later in the grand scheme of things.
Good.
Judgment. Oh, Trumpy judgment. Queen of Cups, Hanged Man, Five of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Five of Wands. Well, this would be like Letitia James going after him. This is the fall of Griftco. That's what that feels like. This feels like rats scattering. This feels like focus on the Republicans and then the far right scattering. So this is political. Okay. This feels business. This feels business related, and that's a Fonnie Willis, Letitia James, January 6th committee. There's so much coming at him, and I mean there was a while there where I was having trouble getting any answers about any of his individual cases because it was such an energetic knot of all the different legal. Oh, Rob D's pointing out Trump gets deposed by Tish James on Friday, July 15th, in less than 2 weeks.
Hey. Darren with a dunce cap. A bright orange coned dunce cap.
We'll call it camouflage. We'll tell him it's camouflage.
Yes.
Okay. Fruits of labor.
Tomatoes. Sorry.
Knight of Wands. Empress. Nine of Pentacles. Wait. I'm getting a big wait. And I do get house arrest, is what it feels like. But yep.
Okay. Alrighty. At 38:45. Eileen asked, will Josh Hawley ever be held accountable for his role in January 6th? He was the first senator to promise objection to states' presidential returns, claiming Pennsylvania judges enabled improper voting. And thank you, Marby. It's very sweet.
Thank you, Marby. Appreciate that. Thank you, Mara. Thank you.
Y'all are so nice.
Yeah, and he was the one who was like, how many brain cells do I have? 0. Josh Hawley. Oh yeah, in the cult, deep in the cult. Yeah. 6 of Swords, 8 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, 6 of Wands, 7 of Swords. Whoop. boy, he's got a whole obstacle course coming toward him.
Hawley, good for him.
Going places he shouldn't have gone. Who he was encouraging the incorrigible. The card of the thief here. It feels like, yes, it feels like he's just at the beginning of this slalom run, and it's, you know, and there's a chance he's gonna smack into every tree on the way down.
Okay.
Let me see if I can get anything else on Josh Hawley.
Okay.
Surprise! His energy is awful. I mean, ugh.
So sorry. Thank you for putting on your waders and doing this public service today.
Oh no, seriously, Hawley?
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. All right, we may end up quite pleased, but here. Yes, Almenzi, that's what I was talking about. How many brain cells do I have? 0. Hawley. Queen of Cups. 9 of Swords. 3 of Wands. Yeah, he's concerned. He's kind of looking over his shoulder that the committee and other law enforcement are going to come after him. And this is how he was involved. Entertainment only, what do I know? Read down the collective, but that's what that feels like. He was involved. Okay. How you doing, sweetheart?
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Yeah. How you doing?
It looks like he's about to win one of those big old fuzzy teddy bears at the fair. Okay.
The nasty, stinky ones with the fur that
yes.
isn't soft. The fur that's like AstroTurf.
Yes. At 4220, Martha Gill asks, will Loudermilk ever be held accountable for the Capitol tours he led on the 5th?
What do you think, sweetie? That was appalling. Okay, leading people in with weapons. Yikes. Strength, chariot, world. Yeah, I think he's got problems coming. I think we can safely say for his part, silencing the beast, big on show, end of the way things have been. Major arcana.
Loudermilk becomes spoiled milk. Yes.
Yeah. You're done.
Okay. Well, don't get quite out of that energy just yet.
Hey.
At 4340, will Loudermilk end up giving up the other people who gave tours on January 5th? Will he end up turning them in to save himself? Is he going to become a little rat?
Oh, thank you, Carol. Thank you.
That's so sweet. Thank you, Carol.
Really appreciate it. Basically, it's Loudermilk, and it turn on the others.
Yes.
I don't understand how these people can live with themselves. I really don't. Okay, that's us. Yay, people being held accountable.
Woohoo!
All right, this is a lot easier for me to just put these up here this way and then turn it around. Loudermilk. All right, what he did and his co-conspirators definitely being looked at by the committee. Actions he took. This is a prosecutor, but there are fruits of labor here. They want information from him. They want his information, and they want. Has his stuff been? Have they visited his house? Has he had his electronics?
Don't think so. He got into some other issues, but I don't think they've seized all of his stuff yet. Please correct me in the chat if I'm wrong, because I might be. I'm not infallible, whatever at all. So, okay.
Loudermilk, are you going to turn on the others? He really wanted Biden gone. Really. Devil. Insult to injury. Democratic Knights moving forward. I don't know if he's going to turn on anybody. All I'm getting here is you're dude. You're done.
Stick a fork in him.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's shake off that Loudermilk energy. Get the sage bump it. We are going. Into SCOTUS land. Sorry.
I feel so much better now.
How's it? Just when I think I'm out, they back in.
That's what I'm here to do.
Okay, so let's just shake it off. Okay. At 46, we are flying through these today. 4650. A Thread of Hope asks, one of the Supreme Court's rulings upended legal precedent regarding state authority on tribal lands. Do you see any reversals or legislative remedies? I fear for water protectors and activists.
Yeah. Can we please help me? People in the tribal lands. Eventually, but it's going to be a while.
I'm not digging that answer.
The good news is that Biden got in. The Democrats at least have a whisper thin majority in the Senate, which has stopped a lot more nastiness. But there's a lot of pushback. People who don't care, who just don't care. But eventually, seriously, we've got to vote blue. We've got to vote, and we've got to vote blue. And we will get there. We will be protecting the environment and the waters and all kind of stuff. The only way to stop this is voting.
Mm-hmm.
So, but in the meantime, thanks, Supreme Court.
Blech. Okay. And at 48:55, Melissa asks, the Supreme Court accepted a case for next term on independent legislative theory, which could grant independent legislative theory. Which could grant state legislatures authority to overturn presidential election votes. Terrifying. What do you see?
You've watched all the Doctor Who.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how those who've watched Doctor Who, do you remember how the Master went insane?
Mm-hmm.
Do you? How did the Master go insane?
The drums. And then he made everyone himself.
No. We're not talking about the same thing.
Okay.
The drums came after.
Okay.
He looked
Remind me.
into the void,
Oh, that's right. Yes. Yes.
the darkness.
Oh, the never-ending schism, or that something's, yeah.
And it looked back
Are we
at
sending
him.
you into the? Are we sending you into the schism? No, no drums, no drums for my Autumn, for my bestie. No, ma'am. Start hearing drums. We got problems, lady.
I don't hear drums, but
Problem.
grant state legislatures authority just in time for the presidential election.
Of course, it is.
Give states
The authority to reject what the people in their state have declared, and to we reject your reality and substitute our own. That can't stand. That cannot stand. That goes against every. Like, I need somebody to get a TARDIS or a time machine and bring Jefferson back long enough so he could slap some of these people in the back of the head, send him home afterward. But really, like,
well, they would do it all over the country. If it there are all kind of states where they would definitely change the way things have been because of the Supreme Court refusal to listen. This is a card of refusal to listen. This is the Republican plan. I've got a tower in judgment. Now I'm going to ask for qualifiers on this, but I'm going to say this and this is the most important thing here. We can decide what the meaning of this is. We can decide. We can decide that these people do not belong in office. And we're going to vote in every primary for every low level, everything, high level, all the way down the ticket, doing our research to stop this. And so we can put people, and the idea that Republicans will be able to just go, this is what will happen to the Republican Party if we go out en masse and we vote. And I'm going to be a broken record from now until the next presidential election, because that's where things could get really hairy. And apparently the astrology for the presidential election is pretty hairy. Most people are saying things will go well in the end, but that we will be successful, but it might get hairy. This might be how it gets hairy. Otherwise, this is going to be some states decide, no, we're just going to overturn what you guys say. And they're going to then face huge judgment. But where are we going to nip the plan in the bud? See if I get any more information.
Gretchen brings up a good point. What they're forgetting in their great idea is that blue states could then negate red victories.
Electoral college is the problem.
Well, but what they're saying is that they could send their own electors based on what they want.
But blue states are likely to.
Yes, but
yeah. Oh, they're right-wing states that are fighting for this garbage. King of Swords, 2 of Wands, 6 of Wands. If you give them an inch, they are going to take a mile. So it doesn't mean that in 2025 we are going to, we're doomed. We're not. We're not doomed. This whole mess with the Supreme Court and the far right, the thing that's going on now, it will not stand. It will not. It is not. It's not even for. I mean, it feels to me like it's maximum 2 years.
Yeah.
Max. And a lot of damage can be done in 2 years, and we can lose good people and good women, and we could, a lot of things can happen. But it feels like, certainly after the presidential election, but even heading in that direction, there is a never again. So it's going to be they're fools if they think they can do this. They are outnumbered. Women will vote to save their own lives. They will, and it doesn't matter what kind of patriarchal talking down to women they do. No, women will be voting for their lives and for other women's lives. And of course, there will be some men too. But, and it hasn't even really, I don't think it's really hit yet. I don't think, because right now, I mean, there was something on the news where it was, this voter and that voter, these women, and they're saying, well, yeah, I wish they hadn't done that, but what really matters to me is inflation in my pocketbook and how much gas costs. And that's what I'm going to vote on, even though they've overturned this, even though there are no exceptions in my state. Yeah, that's sad, but, my money.
Yeah.
I think they're going to change their tune. Yes, I think they're going to change their tune. I don't think they're always going to feel that way, because I think it's going to hit them when they're in trouble, when people they know are in trouble. Oh, he found a hair tie. It's an exciting day. Oh, he got it. He's like, mine. Now he's walking away with it. All right. Well,
those are our questions.
Wow. Okay, I got it. Got a little hair tie, little black hair tie. Mine, he says. So anyway, all right. Well, let me see if I can get a message for us.
Okay.
Beth A, yes, that's 2 more years of emotional eating. Yes, it is. Oh, boy.
58:45, a message for us.
And thank you for being here, Sarah. Everything's always better when you're here.
I love you guys. I love you and I love everybody else here. So.
Diana Cachet says, we call the hair ties the precious because that's how the cats act around them. Yes, the precious cat. All right. There is good. We focus on some of the negativity, but there is good. There are people coming together. There are people who care. We have a great community here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Darren's saying, Boobas and Kitties playing hair tie hockey. That's awesome. Hang in there. Oh, wow. Oh, there are good days ahead. Right now, we're worried. We're not sure. And it's like, oh my gosh, what is this big crack?
Right.
This is strength in the chariot. This is big, showy. Bring down that garbage. Pluto having scooped up all that muck at the end of Capricorn, just dumping it. Good stuff. Major arcana. So right now we're feeling worried, but hang in there. There are good days ahead. I know I say it all the time, but it's true. Thank you, Kathy. Oh no. My cat brings me roaches, big ones.
Oh God, not the water bugs. Ah! Oh goodness. You guys are amazing. Thank you for hanging out with us today.
Yes.
And we will be back tomorrow.
Yes. Alexandra says, I'm so not worried and wonder, should I be? We'll vote. But do what you can. Contact your representatives. Find out if there's a group you can contribute to, time, money, effort, whatever. And beyond that, just hug those you love close, human and bipedal and quadrupeds, and just remember, we're going to get through this. We're in this together.
Absolutely.
All right. You guys take care. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And at 4 o'clock, we're going to be over on the Book Art Media channel doing creative sprints. You're always welcome.
Yep.
But I was working all morning and I shouldn't have been.
Oh yeah, no. Mm-mm.
So but I've got all the covers done for both sets of live streams for all of July now.
Yay!
So I am going to go park myself on the great chair of happiness with some lunch, and I don't know how I'd get through some of this without you guys. Thank you.
You're all right. Thank you.
All right.
See you tomorrow.
And all right, we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No.